Why become importers when we can become exporters? Why do we import finished products that we once owned as raw materials? Why do we only have to sign contracts before we can make a living? Why are we not giving opportunities to people so they can also be signed? Why are we not signing the world, but the world is signing us? Instead of asking why, I think the time is now for the world to marvel at the work Africa can do and say, wow, wow, wow. It's time that we turn the story around ourselves. I'm a king. Our uranium has empowered Europe's sustainable energy and forged global superpowers. Our minerals, such as cobalt, are in the mobile phones, laptops, and computers that drive the modern world. Yet Africans with degrees in hand, we find ourselves blocked by borders, their potential stunted by systemic barriers. How is that we have the resources to export to continue to import products we could make ourselves? Our gold holds together the major currencies of this world. Our diamonds are symbols of love exchanged across continents. We have struggled to rebuild our society since we were separated. But when I look at my skin, I believe that whatever brought us together is far stronger than what is pulling us apart. We may be nationalized by different dialects, names, and countries, but we're united by the same principles that governs our way of living. The time is now that we took responsibility for the mess we find ourselves in. We must break free from the cycle of dependency and exploitation. We must industrialize, refine our resources, and create wealth that stays on our continent. We must remove the colonial barricades that have hindered our growth and reclaim the control of our destiny. The time has come for us to not just sign contracts, but to create them for others to sign. We must not plead to receive what is ours. We must not reclaim it for nothing, but we must reclaim and elevate it to a rightful use. Our minerals should support the development of this world. Flowing from us to the global community, we must refrain from begging and instead focus on giving, offering what is fair and working to develop humanity beyond our expectations. We should strive to leave this world better than we found it, respecting nature and adding value in the process. With all that has happened in the past, a history of enslavement, extraction of our minerals, I believe that it was a phase we had to go through to understand yesterday's problems are bound to become tomorrow's opportunities. This reason why the weakness of our past should become the strength of our future. If we cannot develop our countries, then how can we develop our people? Many countries have benefited from the resources of our nations and should have contributed to our development. Templates should have been shared. The respect for us as human beings is inadequate. The recognition of our dignity is undermined. We expected that they would have played a role in the growth of our economy as much as they have been extraction of their needs from the same economy. But in return, what have we received? Except rules, regulations, and constitutions that dictate how we should live. Many of these have undermined our potential and limited our true abilities. As a result, we have not been able to fully express our purpose for being here. And to the countries that have been benefiting from the lands of our forefathers, the lands where our ancestors were uprooted, scattered across the sea, their races lost to history. Yet nothing was returned to us but defeat. Despite the global climate crisis and countless other issues we face today, this world was meant for all of us to manage and make it a better place. Why become importers when we can become exporters? Why do we import finished products that we once owned as raw materials? Why do we only have to sign contracts before we can make a living? Why are we not giving opportunities to people so they can also be signed? Why are we not signing the world, but the world is signing us? Instead of asking why, I think the time is now for the world to marvel at the work Africa can do and say, wow, wow, wow. It's time that we turn the story around ourselves. Let's not make the why distract us and stop us from what we truly have to do. I'm here to represent Africa's greatest hope. I have been chosen not to be the best, but to be unique. Ordained with tenacity, the zeal and power to build a new Africa and impact society that will historically change this world. In Africa today, we have to import everything that our minerals have created. Our cotton is turned to textiles, and we have to buy them in shirts because we can't create them. Ghana is the second biggest producer of cocoa, yet cannot produce any cocoa-related product that dominates the global market. The same can be said about other agro-resources that we have. We're importing food when all we need is a processing plant to our own and even export more to the world. For us to taste our own products, we have to import them and pay taxes on them because we don't have industrial power. Westerners, Asians, and everyone else extracting our minerals definitely know that industrial platforms built in Africa would take us out of struggle and the pain we face. This is the time to transform our landscape, to build the networks of connectivity that would empower our people and elevate our economies. With modern rail networks crisscrossing our nations, we will connect our rich resources to the markets where they are needed. Our rivers and lakes hold the key to affordable, efficient transportation. We must dredge our water bodies and invest in water transportation systems that will enable the movement of goods, connecting inland regions to coastal ports in support of industrialization. This is the logistical way to supply mineral resources and goods within Africa and to the world. Furthermore, having high-speed railway that connects the regions of Africa will enable faster distribution of manufactured goods and eradicate the borders by roads that have been created in our colonial memories. The economic empowerment of one nation would be the empowerment of all as we trade, share, and grow together. The future of Africa is interconnected, and together we will pave the way for prosperous tomorrow. The time for action is now. Currency. The human resource is by far the strongest currency. In case you're not aware of that, I would like to grammatically express myself for you to understand that you are the value. There's no value in any paper currency without you. You make it go round. So when your currency is going down, it means you're losing value in your own people. Your society is going down. When your currency is going up, it means the world has value for your people and for your country. Since independence, African nations have been shackled by the weight of foreign currencies and manipulated by economic systems that keep us dependent. How can we stand tall when the very foundation of our wealth lies in the hands of others? Our economies are forced to bend and break under the pressure of external influences, and our people are left vulnerable to rise and fall of currencies we do not control. The future we build will have one single African currency, backed by the immense wealth of gold beneath our feet. Imagine an Africa where a farmer in Nigeria and a trader in Kenya and a manufacturer in South Africa all operate under one currency, flowing freely across the continent and creating prosperity and stability for all, just backed by the same gold we sell every day to the foreign world. No more crushing debt driven by foreign exchange rates. A single African currency will unite us in economic purpose, shield us from exploitation, and give us the power to dictate our financial destiny. If there is a land in Africa that everyone in this world is running to search for treasure, that should be the biggest citizenship in the world. See, what you see as problem, I see it as opportunity. If only you give me the chance to be a part of the people that are leading the people, then I'll definitely turn your problems into opportunity. Africa must be a dreamland. It should cost people to want to be a part of us. And every African should have pride to be an African as a citizen. We're not divided by culture, nor by history, but by borders drawn without our consent. These borders, designed to keep us weak and separate, have denied us our true identity as Africans. It is time to tear down these barriers and declare a new era of unity and belonging. A continental citizenship under the banner of United States of Africa. No longer shall an African be a stranger in their own continent. Whether you're from the highlands of Ethiopia or the shores of Senegal, from the heart of Congo or the deserts of Namibia, you are African first and foremost. There were past leaders who thought they could unite Africa through politics. Some tried through religion. They tried with education. It doesn't work. The value that you and I have today is truly what we can exchange. What we can trade amongst ourselves bring the commitment. And that's why once we have a single currency, we have already taken 3 steps ahead to be unified. The fastest industry in this world today is technology. Every mobile phone, laptop, and gadget we see has Africa in it. Without cobalt from Africa, these gadgets would not exist. It is this contribution of Africa to the world that the world has become the consumers of the aftermath of our minerals. It is the reason why the world stands as it is today. Cobalt. It is time for Africa to take its place as the global technology hub, not just the supplier of raw materials, but creator, the innovator, the leaders of the fourth industrial revolution. Why should we ship our cobalt and our wealth overseas, only to buy back the finished product 10 times the price? Why should we remain consumers when we hold the key to the entire technological ecosystem in our hands? We have the resources, the talent, and the vision to rebuild our own tech empires, to design, manufacture, and distribute our smartphones, computers, and cutting-edge technologies. We have uranium, but we never thought what we were going to use the uranium for. So we've been selling the raw materials. But Africa is a continent rich in resources that can transform our energy landscape, yet we continue to import electricity, shackled by outdated systems and foreign control. We have uranium beneath our feet, waiting to be harnessed for the sustainable power of nuclear energy. With this power, we can unleash a new era of affordable, reliable energy that will give us the best tariffs, igniting our economies and empowering our people. But that's not all. We possess vast reserves of lithium. With lithium, we can produce batteries for electric cars. Investing in nuclear and renewable energy, we will create thousands of jobs, boost our economies, and position Africa as a global leader in the energy production. What is the point? We educating our children for 20-something years and taught them other people's history and did not teach them the value of gold that belongs to us and how they can harness their cocoa into 7 different products. We have really robbed our children. We have invested in them, but the value in return does not harness what we have inherited. And that's why I would do anything within my possible means to make sure that the curriculum of Africa's education gets readjusted. Our educational system, as it stands, is a relic of a past that was never designed for our success. It was built to produce followers, not leaders. Workers for foreign industries, not innovators for African enterprises. This must change, and it must change now if we are to take control of our resources and shape our future. We need to radically overhaul our educational curriculum and make industrialization the centerpiece of our learning. We cannot continue teaching our children outdated theories that do not match the realities of our continent. We must arm them with the skills, knowledge, and mindset required to drive Africa's industrial revolution. Through the marriage of education and industrialization, we will create a self-sustaining loop of growth and empowerment. This is a cycle that will propel Africa into a future that will breed entrepreneurs, wealth creators, industrialists, economists, and many of the talents we miss. Africa's time is now. Let us rise, empowered and united, to shape a future where we control our destiny, our own industries, and lead our own world. May the universe now bless the work of our hands here on earth. I stand on behalf of the youth and the people of Africa today that this template we are creating will guide our political principles, our national governance, our continental values, our intertrading empowerment, our borderless nations, and our united tribes and states of Africa It is a new beginning, a new dawn, a new face for we Africans to build ourselves again, to reclaim and redeem our lost heritage values. We let the history tell the rest. Thank you.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king. I'm a king.